a follow-up video to my last video, which was about Reason 13 and some of the new devices that it came with. And I had a whole lot of comments and a lot of angry people, and I kind of really forgot some important details to mention in that video, and I think that may be what upset people. So I want to talk about the things that are upsetting the Reason users, and have been actually for a couple of years, ever since this subscription Reasonplus came out. So let's go over what Reasonplus, the subscription model, is, what the perpetual license is if you buy Reason 13, or if you upgrade from, say, version 12 or version 11 or something like that, and help you make the decision on whether this software is right for you, and also decide if the subscription is right for you. And I know that word is like blasphemy to some people. So we'll talk about what not getting the subscription means, because you're going to have to purchase other things other than just the upgrade if there are certain things in the Reason ecosystem that you really want. And I forgot about this. I apologize for not mentioning it. So hopefully we can get over the shilly comments that I get on my videos. I also want to address the fact that they send me this subscription for free. So I get the Reasonplus subscription. I've had it maybe for a couple of years now. And that's it. That's what I get for my work with Reason Studios. And I gotta make you understand that these videos take a lot of time. I take time away from paid work to make these videos. And at the end of the day, I'm not making them for Reason Studios, I'm making them for you guys, right? So that's always been my point on my channel. I do have affiliate links for Reason, and I've never figured it out, so I've never actually made a cent from them. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, but I'm not even gonna include it on this video, because I want you to understand that, yes, I am here to make these videos for you. So let's get over the shill stuff and get to the point of my channel, which is just to help people make music and help them find the right tools. And the thing with a software program like Reason is that for one person it's perfect, for another person it's completely wrong, right? So we need to go over that kind of stuff and help you understand why I think it is so cool. The fact is, I haven't been using Reason for a number of years now, other than my YouTube videos. So the work that I do, the sound design work for video games and stuff like that, haven't been using Reason a lot in the last couple of years. And really, part of that is because of the browser. And so when I said in my last video that the browser is my new favorite feature, it really is, and it really means I will start using Reason more often in my productions. I'm quite excited about that. But is it worth $200 US for a browser? Let's go over that and make sure that you understand all the things you get with Reason and all the things you don't get with Reason, and then all the things you get with Reasonplus. Here we go. So one of the main things I think is the problem here is that when you go to the website and you look at what Reason 13 is and the new features and stuff like that, you're really not told, okay, if you buy the perpetual license, it doesn't come with some stuff that the full version comes with on Reasonplus. And they don't even have the information on their website right now saying the difference between Reason 13 and Reason 13 Plus. So I did some digging and found this on their website, which shows the difference between Reason 12 and Reason Plus. And for the most part, I think it's about the same. So if I'm getting any of this wrong, please let me know in the comments. Be nice, but let me know what I've got wrong, and I will be sure to pin those comments or put them in the description. But from what I can tell, if you have Reason 12 or if you have Reason 11 and you upgrade to Reason 13 for the $200 US price tag, what you're going to get is the new browser. You're going to get this new Polytone dual layer synthesizer, which is awesome. And you'll also get a few other little tools like a stereo tool, a sidechain tool, and then a new delay. So that's pretty much it, especially if you're using the rack. They've got a different view, which is nice. But for the most part, there isn't a ton more that comes with this upgrade if you are doing the perpetual license thing. Now we have to look at what comes with Reasonplus, so you can go, okay, now I see what they're trying to do. And that's really what it feels like to a lot of people. And I think the main reason they're upset is because they are really forcing us to look at the cost of the upgrade and look at what we're missing when we don't have Reasonplus, and then make the decision to go jump over to Reasonplus and become a subscriber. And I think most companies right now are counting on subscribers as a way to constantly be earning money. Asking people for $20 American a month or $25 Canadian a month is a lot, especially today. right? So for new Reason users, I think going to the subscription is brilliant. I think it's just unfortunate that they're not offering some kind of discount to their Reason users, especially if you had like Reason 12 or Reason 11 Suite. You've paid a lot of money already. It would be really cool if they just gave us a discount, maybe for a year, something like that. I was a Reason 11 Suite owner. I paid for that one myself, and I remember feeling kind of choked when Reason 12 came out, and they really didn't reward us, you know. They let us keep the devices that came with the Reason 11 Suite. So that's something, right? Anyways, it's all stuff that's just happened in the past. Now we just got to look at the numbers and go, okay, is the subscription worth it? So let's look at what comes with the subscription. You get the Algoritm FM synthesizer. I've got a video on that. Very nice FM style synthesizer. You get Friktion, which is a modeling-based synthesizer. Scenic is a great instrument on its own. It's been around for quite some time. Objekt, another physical modeling synthesizer. Complex One, a modular synthesizer. Every time I open up Complex One, I am greeted with my favorite patch, the Boards of Canada sounding patch. So let's just load that in, you'll see what I mean. Such a beautiful sounding synthesizer. There's another one, right? And each one of these synthesizers is going to cost you about $100. A bunch of these ones, not too excited about, you know, Reason drum kits. This one I got, you know, before I had kids, I think, and some of them are really old now. So tells you how old the Reason drum kits is. A lot of the basic stuff we still have in there. We have the Mimic Creative Sampler that comes with the perpetual license. And then the big one that somebody pointed out to me was this Chord Sequencer is not in the perpetual license of Reason 13. And I think that kind of sucks because it's a very cool device, a very cool player. And I'll show you it in a second here. It's got a couple other players that are missing. It does have the scales and chords player, which is great if you're not a keyboard player, because then you can just play all the white notes and now you're into some complex scales, which is very useful. I've got an old video on that one as well. So yeah, just the main ones I think that you're missing would be this Chord Sequencer player, which you can go pick up for, what is it? $100 Canadian, probably 70 bucks American or something like that. If you want it to stay perpetual and not go with subscription, pick up that one. You're gonna love it. I'll show you how I'm using it inside Cubase or Nuendo, and I'm using it with a totally different virtual instrument. So you can use Reason's devices with other virtual instruments inside a totally different DAW, which is super cool. And then of course, all these other synthesizers that we talked about here, but many of you will have tons of other synthesizers already. You've got physical modeling, all that stuff's covered. Maybe you just want to get into some of the sort of modular capabilities of Reason inside another program. So those ones might not be as important. So now you're looking at a $200 US upgrade, and then maybe one or two of those other devices. You're still spending a lot of money, but you're not bound to any kind of subscription. Okay, maybe that's for you. I don't know. So now back to the subscription, comes with all of that stuff. You know, you're paying 20 bucks American. So if you're paying over $200 a year to be a Reasonplus subscriber, you better get a whole bunch of other stuff with that. And that's why they've got this Reason Companion. So when it first came out, it was kind of like, it was a neat idea, but there sure weren't a lot of packs on there. Nowadays, if you go look for some sound packs, you can go over to your filter here and I can go, all right, let's look at, you know, ambient patches or ambient packs. So what you're looking at here is 60 packs of ambient patches. So I've downloaded a whole bunch of these already. So if we click on one of these, we see that this one comes with 10 patches. You're looking at maybe 600 ambient patches specific just for that, and they just keep coming out. So it's kind of like the Native Instruments ecosystem where they have expansions. I do lots of reviews on those. They're very popular, but they cost $50 American every time they come out. So if you're buying 2 expansions a year, now all of a sudden this Reasonplus thing starts to make a little bit more sense. I hate subscriptions, don't get me wrong. I really do. I just recently subscribed to the East-West Composer Cloud, $25 a month or whatever it was. And I used it for a month, played around with it for a bit, and then decided, you know what, I'm not using this right now. Cancel my subscription. You can do the same thing here. So maybe somebody out there can comment if they've been using Reasonplus, what their experience was like when they canceled it, if they had an older version. I read on Reddit that if you download these Reason Companion sound packs, and then you cancel your subscription, as long as you have an older version of Reason that has any of the devices that were used in those sound packs, you can still actually use those patches. Somebody please let me know in the comments if that's correct, because that's kind of a big deal too, right? Getting these sounds for your software if you're a subscriber, and then when you cancel, you get to keep those. I don't know, might be cool. Let's just go to hip hop, and with hip hop, we've got 168 packs. Even though they only have 10 patches maybe in each one, it's still a lot of sounds specific for one genre. That's going to be way easier to find with the new browser, right? So you know what? Let's actually try a different category. Let's go to chill. I do love my chill study beats kind of stuff. Okay, this simmer down one sounds kind of fun. Let's try installing that one. Looks like it comes with some drum loops. Go back to the rack, and we're going to make a new Reason Rack plugin. Go to the browser, and we're going to go to sound packs, and it was simmer down. Okay, so that's monophonic. I could probably go right here just to Europa and add a couple of voices. Let's do that. Okay, cool. Let's make another Reason Rack plugin, just have a look at some of the drum loops that come. Reason sound packs, we're going to use the new browser filtering here, and we're going to say, let's look for drum machines and loops in the sound packs. Now we can see what we've got in there. Let's go to hip hop breaks. Let's try one of these out. These are all actual patches with a sequencer in them. So actually that's really cool. So if you look at this complex patch that somebody's created here, we've got the mimic sampler in here, we've got some EQs, some effects, and all of those things are stored inside this combinator that came out ages ago, but gave you the ability to make these huge patches and to save them all inside one container. Now I can go and say, let's change this shuffle. Let's make this a little bit more shuffled. There we go. Let's add a kick right there. There's another kick right here. There we go. And then the coolest thing is you can go add another kick right here, but let's put the probability at like 50%. So every other time it's not going to play. I've already done this on another patch because I wanted to show you something. What I wanted to show you here was the chord sequencer. Let's see why I think this one is so great. I've got a big video on this chord sequencer. I'll put in the description, so make sure you go check that out if this is interesting to you. But what I've got here is Cube, a virtual instrument that I love. Beautiful synth. But what I wanted to do with this was actually use the chord sequencer to play Cube. All I did is drag the chord sequencer into an empty rack, and then now such beautiful chords, showing you what the chords are. C minor 7, add 11. So you can see the notes. We got a C, a G, a B flat. Okay, there's your 7th, and an E flat, which is your minor, so it's making it minor. And then we've got the F, which is the add 11. So that's that extra juicy note that comes in and makes this chord sound, I don't know, beautiful. Much more complex chords. A G7 sharp 9. It's actually a really cool chord. It ends up sounding like you're playing a major and a minor chord at the same time. I got some videos on chords as well. I can put those in the description if you're interested. All I wanted you to see was that Reason doesn't have to be just about the devices that it comes with. In terms of sound generating, you can also use all of its abilities to create chords, to create scales, to create beats. You got this beat map here, the drum sequencer, the arpeggiators, ways to manipulate all of your favorite virtual instruments and not even use the instruments that come with Reason, if that's your thing. So I could take this chord sequencer information that's being spat out to this cube track, and I could actually record it. So watch this. I press record. I've recorded that MIDI information onto this track from the chord sequencer. I can mute the chord sequencer. I can double click my cube track here, and I can go start editing that information. I can make the chords, play around with the chords, change how the chords are played. I could take this and let's go find a bass instrument. So we're gonna go Reason Rack plugin, and let's go to the Polytone, the new one, and we're gonna click the browser and we're gonna look for a bass patch. And we'll just that's kind of fun, buzzy patch. Let's go okay. All I want to do now is keep the bass notes and to play along, because maybe you don't play keyboards. So let's get rid of all of the top notes. Up the octave. We'll get rid of that. Now let's maybe shorten that. So there you go, just messing around with the chord sequencer, dropping the MIDI in, and then using that MIDI as a starting point for the bass line, and maybe giving me a reference of what the chords and the bottom note of the chords were, right? Okay, so let's just play this out. Maybe try this lead sound that I found off the Reasonplus thing. I hope this clears up some misconceptions about what's included in Reasonplus and Reason upgrade. And you really just have to make your own decision. I just want to be the one who shows you the stuff because I am really excited about it. I'm really excited about Reason as a program to use in conjunction with all of my other stuff, right? It really is an incredible program. I don't get paid to say that. I do get to keep the software, but if it came to me just paying for it, just so you guys would believe me, maybe I should actually do that. I don't know. Let me know what you think, but I really am not here to make money off of my YouTube videos, because I got bad news for you. Unless you're a huge channel, you ain't making much. I may be able to get myself a latte, once a day from my YouTube ventures, but that's not why I'm here. So here we go. Let's play some solo lead lines, leave this thing in the dust, and in the future, I will go way more into detail on Reason instruments and routing and reasons to use Reason. Sorry, here we go.